Okay, so besides I help Gillette and Brian with the organization of these sessions in Spain, my normal work, it's a technical coordination and education and training in the framework of the Spanish Supercomputing Network and PRACE. So for most of you that are not better this way, because I hear it very strange. I hear voices.
You're fine.
Okay. Then it's only in my head.
We're all hearing voices.
Well, if they tell you to burn anything, don't listen to them, please. Okay, so for most of you that are not from Spain or Europe, then you will not know which is the BSC, the RES and PRACE. BSC is the Barcelona Supercomputing Center. It's the National Supercomputing Center in Spain. RES is the Spanish Supercomputing Network, and PRACE is the Partnership for Advanced Computing in Europe. So let's see how they fit together. This is the pyramid that decide the Europe services planification of infrastructure, and we have 3 different tiers. At the bottom level we have the tier 2 that is composed by regional entities and universities. They provide small clusters or small supercomputers to develop research, and in the upper level we have the national centers as the Barcelona Supercomputing Center and other ones in like the Gauss centers in Germany. And in the tier 0 we have the big supercomputers that Europe offers to all the community in the world. So PRACE offers only tier 0 supercomputers and facilities, and the rest offers tier 2, 1 and 0 levels. So PRACE offers big resources for big challenges for science. And what is offered by BSC, RES and PRACE? Besides offering HPC resources, we also offer training, scientific dissemination, scientific cooperation, and as I said, support to users to develop their tasks. Well, one thing that is very important, and it's also part of my job, it's the training. As we are part of the RES and also PRACE Advanced Training Center, we provide free training to all the ones that want to come with us. So if you want to learn and join us, you are free, because we cannot cover the travel expenses, but you can come. Now I'm gonna speak a bit about the Barcelona Supercomputing Center. Since I work there, they pay my bills, so I have to speak about them a bit. So we are a lot of people. We are more than 400 people today, and our main objective is this: research, develop and manage technology to provide more scientific progress. These 400 people do several things. They manage the national and European infrastructure, also collaborate with Latin America, especially with Mexico and other countries. We also keep in contact with key research in industry and scientific levels, and we also provide the training capability. Besides that, adding to that, we develop research in 4 principal fields: computer science, computer applications for science and engineering, life sciences and earth sciences. So these 400 people are distributed among the tasks, and that's what we normally do. To get these things done, we use Mare 3, a 1.1 petaflop system installed inside the chapel. You can come and visit it. It's free and it's nice. And we also use a smaller supercomputer called Minotauro. That's a GPU supercomputer, and principally that's what we use, also added to the capacity that offer the RES nodes, as the one located here in Cantabria, Altamira. Well, Altamira is part of the Spanish Supercomputing Network, And this is an alliance at national level of 8 centers that provide 9 supercomputers, normally for Spanish researchers, but it's offered also to all the researchers in Europe mostly. So we are interconnected, and the coordination is in Barcelona. We have another center in Zaragoza, Cantabria here in Santander, Valencia, Madrid, Malaga, and two in the Canary Islands, one in the Astrophysics Institute, another one in the Technological Institute of the Canary government. Okay, so to request access to the RES, you can use a web form where you have to provide some data. It's basic data, you don't have to provide this very specific information about that. We will see that in PRACE you have to provide more information and more accuracy and more information about how you can scale your code, and if the code is gonna suit well with this machine you are asking for, and the review phase is more strict. So here you can ask for a 4-month allocation time, and you have to provide this information we have here. Every 4 months we have a call, and we close and we make the evaluation in 2 weeks. This is the activity volume of the RES during all his creation since 2006. We have been developing more than 2,000 activities in the RES framework, and we also have to add other 2,000 activities that have been developed in the RES nodes. So we produce quite a lot of investigation with very humble resources compared with the one that offered in other countries as USA and China. So we are very happy that people are using our resources, and we normally have more people asking that we can afford to give them resources. And this is the evolution of the awarded flops. We have been increasing the capacity of the systems in the RES. We are, for example, this was when Altamira was upgraded, and this was when Mare Nostrum was upgraded, I think so, the first upgrade. So we have been increasing. We have been increasing the resources, not the hours that we can provide, because the hours are limited. We have, the time is the time. We cannot expand it, but we can do more calculation during this time, and people is very fast absorbing this increase of capability. And finally, I think I'm going very fast, but since you're awake, I hope that you can cope with all the information. So the last point I'm going to talk about is the Partnership for Advanced Computing in Europe. This is a partnership at European level, and it was made to help to promote the industry, the HPC industry in Europe, and also to compete with other countries, other continents almost, like the States and China, and we have 25 members of these. These are states from Europe and associated countries, and we have 4 hosting members. One of these is Spain. The other ones are Italy, France, and Germany. Together, these 4 hosting members, they provide 6 supercomputers with a peak performance of 15 petaflops. So we have resources, and you have to ask them. And before you ask resources, you have to know that there are 2 types of calls. There are paratory access calls that are normally used to check if your code or your application will run well in one system, to later request regular access and develop your research during more time. These paratory access calls are always open, and they can be allocated. They can receive an allocation from 2 to 6 months. and they can also offer technical support to the applicants. So it's very interesting if you are trying to get used to these systems, because you will have someone at the other side to help you to do it. And we also have a regular access that can award up to 3 years of access to these PRACE resources, and we have 2 calls per year. Here says allocation of 12 months, but it's not right. I have just noticed it's up to 3 years. Before it was 1 year, now you can ask until 3 years. And normally they ask more than 5 million hours every application. So this is more or less the way to know if you have to request access to RES or PRACE. If you are asking more than 5 million hours of CPU, then it's a good advice to ask for PRACE. And if you're asking less resources, I recommend you to check with RES as there, and it's easier, less competition, it's easier to get inside, and you will have more experience than to after come to PRACE and ask for resources. Okay, so the current calls are the preparatory call that it's always open, and every 3 months there's a cutoff date when we evaluate all the applications and we decide which one are going to be run and which one are going to receive support. And also we have the regular access open. The 10th call, it's open till 22nd October, so you can request access to them. And if you need help filling in your application, you can contact with BSC or any other RES node, so they can come and help you to fill in the report or to do any scalability test or any information that you will need to send your application. This is an application website, and you have there all the information. Since this is a quite technical session, I put that small pictures of the different supercomputers in PRACE. We have 2 systems, 2 iDataplex systems in Mare and in SuperMOOC. We have 2 BlueJean Q in Juquin and Fermi, and we have a Bull X cluster in Curie and a Cray system in Hermit. The truth is that SuperMOOC and Hermit are going to change very soon, and they will be upgraded to almost the double of their capacity today. Because some of you are scientists and are here also, so let's go and see some of the important scientific research that has been developed in PRACE. And also just notice that, well, unless this example that Mare Nostrum provides service for Spanish research, the other ones are also cooperations between more than one country. So France, it's very glad to offer 98 million core hours to Germany, and also to Finland, Germany to Switzerland, or Germany to Italy. So we cooperate with our countries, and we have no distinction about which is the country that you come from to get your resources. You ask, and then it's only the best science that wins the access. So it's a fair evaluation, and they fight, and then they decide that which one is going to be the best. So yesterday we had here Nicolas Leconte that was doing some research on graphene. It's the materials most important investigation that they are doing these days, one of the most important research in PRACE. And this was an example of Nicolas Leconte that was doing this research in PRACE. Also, we are starting to see the impact of PRACE in the scientific dissemination. We started in 2010, and now we are starting to see publications based on the research developed during these years, and it has been increasing. So we are happy to know that the resources have been effectively used, and that publications and more theses have been completed thanks to getting access to these resources and being able to do the research that they are conducting. Also, we are increasing the training effort in 6 PRACE advanced training centers. We have 6, Barcelona is one of them, and we organize trainings that can be organized anywhere in Spain. So if you want to have one PRACE training here, you can ask, for example, Luis is the contact point for the rest, so you can contact him and let him know that you are interested in some training. And if we reach an amount of people interested in that scope, so we can organize a training here, and we can bring the teachers and lecturers and let you know whatever you will need. And we have been increasing that during the years, and now we have a very good amount of them. Also, we have been having an impact on the industrial sector. The industrial sector has been very difficult to introduce to PRACE. Now we have like an adoption program for small and medium enterprises, where we can help them to use supercomputing for their activities. And yesterday also you had an example. The last presentation was one company called Thermofluids that was using PRACE to develop their research on aerodynamics and with the cars and these things. So the industry has been increasing the research, and we have now 10 success cases of small medium enterprises that have been using these resources and that have been with the outcome of these activities. They have been applying changes in their organizations and improving their methodologies. And almost finally, I want to invite you to come and join us the next year in the PRACE Days that will be in Dublin, and that this year we're in Barcelona. So next year we will be here, and there will be a meeting between scientific researchers and also industrial research. So it will be very interesting. We will give the prizes. We cannot make raffles, but we will give prizes to the people who think that we are doing the best science and the best industrial research. So you can come and try to get one of these prizes. And the conclusion is that we have resources. It can seem humble compared with the ones in China, but well, they don't know how to use it yet. So we have this. They are ready to use, and we also provide training. The training is free. Normally training is not free, so use them, because we have the resources, and if we don't use them, then we cannot offer more. So that's all. Thanks for your attention. I hope that you enjoyed the day, and thanks for everything.